Thomas the tank engine was feeling bright and cheerful. It was a splendid day. "Good morning," he whistled to some cows, but the cows didn't reply. "Never mind," said Thomas, "they're busy with their breakfast." Next, he saw Bertie. "Hello, Bertie. Care for a race today?" But all Bertie could say was, "Ouch! That's another hole in the road." "I'm sorry, Bertie," smiled Thomas. Thomas was in really good spirits when Bertie arrived at the next station. "Bad luck, Bertie," said Thomas. "Now, if you're a steam engine, you can run on a pair of old reliable rails." "Ha!" replied Bertie. "The railway was supposed to deliver tar and mend the road 2 weeks ago. You can't trust a thing that runs on rails." "I run on rails. You can trust me, Bertie. I'll just figure out what has happened." And so Thomas puffed away towards the big station. James was snorting about in the yard. "It's too bad," he puffed. "Percy goes to work at the harbor, and I do his job here, there, and everywhere. Take that." "Oh!" groaned the freight cars. "Just wait. We'll show you." Gordon laughed. "I tell you what, James," he said. "If you pretend to be ill everywhere, you cannot shut freight cars that go to the quarry there, could you?" "What a good idea," agreed James. "Look, here comes Thomas. I'll start pretending now." Thomas was sorry to see the two engines looking miserable. "Cheer up," he puffed. "It's a beautiful day." "Yes," grumbled Gordon, "but not for James." "What's the matter?" asked Thomas. "He's sick," replied Gordon. "Yes, he is. I am," snorted James. "I don't feel well at all." "Don't worry," said Thomas. "I'll help out if you're ill." Gordon and James snickered quietly to each other. Some of James's freight cars were coupled behind Thomas as he steamed away to the quarry. But the freight cars were still crossed. We can't pay James back for bumping us, so we'll play tricks on Thomas instead. One engine is as good as another. But Thomas couldn't hear them. He collected all the stones from the quarry and set off back to the junction. Danger, lay ahead. Now for our plan, giggled the freight cars. Go faster, go faster. So they pushed Thomas over the switches. Slow down, called Thomas's driver, and applied the brakes. Poor Thomas stood dazed and surprised in a muddy pond as a toad eyed him suspiciously. Bust my buffers, spluttered Thomas. The day had started so well, too. Duck pulled away the freight cars, and Edward helped Thomas back to the junction. Suddenly, Thomas remembered all about the missing car. He told Edward all about it. That's strange, said Edward. A car full of tar has been left at my station. That must be it. Driver will make sure it gets to Bertie now. Later, James spoke to Thomas. I'm sorry about your accident, he muttered, and so is Gordon. We really didn't mean to get you into trouble. No, indeed, said Gordon. A real misunderstanding, Thomas. All is well and ends well. Just then, Bertie arrived. He felt just more cheerful. My road's being mended now. Oh, I am glad, replied Thomas. Thanks for all you did, added Bertie. Now I can trust an engine, especially if his name was Thomas. Gordon and James puffed silently away to the shed, but Thomas still had company. Well, well, he sighed. What a day for surprises. The toad was looking forward for a ride home, noisily agreed.